Hey friends, welcome back to Homeschoolology. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. I currently have a 9th grader, 5th grader, 1st grader, and kindergartner, but in the upcoming school year, I will have a 10th grader, a 6th grader, and then a 1st and 2nd grader. So today's video is going to be me looking at what I need to get together. This is the very first step of my planning, curriculum picking process. And so that's what today's video is. So starting planning for a new school year, which is going to be the 25-26 homeschool year, which is crazy. It will be our 11th year of homeschooling. We have homeschooled through the whole thing. My kids have never gone to any kind of childcare whatsoever. And we are a secular homeschooling family. So if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you will join me as we chat through this. Okay, so as I said, this video is like step 1 in my process of picking curriculum for a new year. I did a video last week. I'll post it. I think it's on, I don't know. I don't remember which side it's on. That one, I think. I will share the video of what I knew I was going to be keeping and what I knew was going to be going. And I did have some question marks. And so that video, I just released that. I think it's the video right before this one. And then this video will be what my picks are, how, it's not going to be like my full picks. Those will be separate individual videos. 100% this is what we're doing. This is my thought process. This is how I go through the process of deciding what we're going to use. So I'm going to jump over to the computer. So here we are in my first step of my process. I made a copy of my 24-25 flow or schedule. I call it that because I used to make these flows for my kids before we had Homeschool-Planet. But that's just what the document's called, and that's what's in my brain, so that's what I keep it called. But this is just kind of like a spread of everything that we're going to do for the upcoming semester. I have already gone through and deleted things that I know we definitely won't be doing, and now I'm going to go through one more time, explain everything to you. Math, I'm pretty sure we're going to be using Denison math, but I am looking at Mr. D's math. I've already talked about that once. I will talk more about that later. We're going to continue with Khan Academy. We're going to do math with confidence. All that's staying the same. I don't know about sequential spelling, if we're going to do it or not. I'm going to leave it here, but I don't know that we'll be doing it. I don't know. We'll see. And my kiddos are doing pinwheels for the language arts, and we'll be adding in the Brave Water quilt again, hopefully, fingers crossed. So that is my little two. I keep it simple for them. They are going to be learning science and other things through other activities that we do. So I don't do anything specific with them. That is how that is going. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do for writing and literature for my older two. I'm leaning towards EIW for writing for both of them. So I'm going to write that in as a possibility. Literature, I still have no idea. So working on that. And then they're going to continue the Critical Thinking Detective. They're going to continue Curiosity Chronicles. Science, I've left it blank. I don't know if we're going to continue with science chunks or find something new. So I've left that blank for right now because it's something I need to look into. My daughter is going to do that digital art class that we never did this year. She's going to do it this coming year. And she's going to be doing driver's ed over the summer. And then I don't know what I'll be doing for art for the other ones. I'm playing around with the idea of an art Friday. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. For critical thinking, they're going to continue Why do I have critical thinking twice? Okay, that's random. So what I'm going to do is delete this row. My hope is to continue philosophy this coming year. So we'll see how that goes. And then computer science, I'm going to leave. they're not enjoying the typing program that I got, but they need to work on typing in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know what we're going to do. I might just be, like, for my oldest, she's pretty confident in her typing. I might just have her, like, copy things just to get, work up her speed and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I still didn't do Google resources this year. It was a struggle. So I'm hoping to get those in. She does still want to learn French. She's been doing Duolingo this year, and so I need to look into seeing if maybe doing it online through virtual school or some other program, and see if she wants to take that further. So I'm leaving that here for that. I'd love to start ASL with my younger two, so I'm going to put that here as a question mark. I need to look into it. I need to see what's out there and everything. So science is a blank because I'm not sure if we're doing science chunks. I don't know if I said that or not. So that is what I'm looking at currently. So these are the things that I'm going to be looking into to add to for their curriculum picks, which will be coming up in different videos. So at this point, I've gone and I've done some research. So I've looked at EIW's website, done my research on the EIW program, the EIL, which is Excellence in Literature program from EIW, and I've gone through them, decided I'm pretty confident that's what we're going to be doing. I am going to take a peek around a little bit more. I went and researched some science things that I maybe want to do with my older girls, and then I researched some other things, and so now I'm going to jump back over to the computer to show you my final product. Well, not my actual final product, but my status quo, I guess, right now. I'm back at it. I have gone through and filled all my holes that I think this is going to be what we're looking at. I'm going to give my final later, but I wanted to walk you guys through this process. So this is what I've kind of looked into. You'll notice that the only things that I've added is the EIW. I'm pretty sold on EIW for both my girls for next year. And I might be trying the EIL with my oldest and doing lit guides with my middle because they don't start until 7th grade. And I could start her now, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait 1 year and just let her do some reading and, some lit guides. So I have some already on hand, so we might just do those. Anyways, moving on, they will be doing the critical thinking detective. I've left philosophy. We'll be doing Curiosity Chronicles. For science, I am going to be setting aside my beloved science chunks for now. Not saying they won't make a comeback, but I found out from Shauna at Making Everyday Magic. I'll link her video where she talks about the American Chemical Society middle school chemistry program. I think I'm going to do that with my middle daughter, and while my older daughter does crash course chemistry, and I'm going to get notes and quizzes off of Teacher Pay Teachers for that. And I'm going to try doing their science separately. We haven't been doing science as much as I want to because we're waiting for both of them to be ready, and that's just not working. So I'm probably just going to have them go to their own corners, do their own science, and just do videos. And then I'll be there to help them along the way. And then I think I am going to go ahead and institute an Art Friday. I'll explain more about that as I get going on that. And so, even though I use Homeschool Planet and we don't really need these printouts anymore, I still like to do them because it helps me wrap my brain around what their days are going to look like. So this is my middle daughter. She'll be in 6th grade. She's going to do math, fix-it grammar, some kind of literature, EIW, every day for the 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then I'm going to have her do science 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, because those are the days that we have at home to do longer days. Both Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be shorter, and we're going to have to start doing our school in the morning. So it's going to be a little bit different than what we've been used to and what we've been doing. But it's going to work. We're going to work it out. It's going to be all right. So that is what we're going to be doing on Mondays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays, I have history because I think we're going to have a weekly play date with our friends to do history on Tuesdays. That might change. We might do Mondays instead. I don't know yet. So that's still kind of like up in the air, but I can get an idea of what I'm going to be doing by laying this out. Okay, so this is still open to adjustments, but I'm going to keep critical thinking 1 day a week and computer 1 day a week on the 2 days that we're at home to do them. And then we are going to have a new homeschool group on Thursdays. So that is on here. And then I'm going to institute Art Fridays, philosophy. We're going to try to get that back into our rotation because I really do enjoy it. They really do enjoy it. Game schooling on that day, and then any makeup. So if we have to miss a day because we did X, Y, or Z, then we're going to use Fridays as our makeup days to get it done in that week. I'm hoping this new schedule will work well for us. So I just continued that with my high schooler. Hers is a little bit more in depth. She has French on here. Oh, I forgot to put history in here. Oh no, I did put history. What's missing? Something's missing, but I'll come up with it. Actually, I just think I flipped those 2 rows. And then my littles, they're going to do the same thing all 4 days a week. They don't really take that long. They have their homeschool group. So that is what I am looking at. So I hope you found this helpful. Like I said, this is not my final. My final will be coming out shortly, but I'm not ready to say this is definitely it, okay? Those videos will be coming out shortly, but this is kind of where I'm at in my process. I need to let the stuff simmer a little bit. I don't like to do, like one day I do my research and then I'm just like, that's it, I'm done. I like to let it simmer. I like to let it think about it a little bit before I make that final jump to, yes, this is what I'm going to use, and yes, this is what I'm going to order, and let me budget it now, which will be another video. So yes, that is my process. That is how I do it. It's just the same document that I created once upon a time. I do have the flow and the checklist that I used to use before I used Homeschool Planet. I do have those available on my shop on my website. And so if you want those, or, like it's a Word document, so you have to have Word, but you can take that and then edit it to make it whatever you want. And it's just charts that I put into a Word document. It's really nothing too complicated because we don't need it to be complicated. Okay. But this is just the document that I use that kind of helps me keep my thoughts all together. And then I have a separate Excel document for my oldest for high school, but I'll go into that in her dedicated video, but her grade level dedicated video. So that is my beginner process. That's how I start this process. That's how I get going, because we've been doing it for so long, and I know what I like and what I don't like and what my kids like and what my kids don't like. This process is a lot quicker for me now. I'm not having to research every subject because I know what's working for us. I'm only having to research 1 or 2 to, am I going to go back to something I've used before? Am I going to use something I used with my oldest, with my youngest? I just have to think through those kind of things. But for the most part, what we have is working. So why would I change that? So that's kind of why this, making a copy of last year's and just editing it is really helpful for me, because I know what works, and then I just need to fill in those gaps of what didn't work or what we need to add or take away because we are doing too much, or all those things. So this is my process. So if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to help with anything that you need, help you with any part of your process. That's what I'm here for. I hope that I can be helpful and a good resource for you guys for that. While you're down there, I would love it if you'd hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. As I said, my videos on my curriculum picks and my video on my budget, and I will have a video. Now this one might not be coming out until later, but I will have a video where I go and put all this into Homeschool Planet so you guys can see what that's like. So all those videos will be coming out, so make sure you've hit that notification button if you want to, keep up with me through this process. I will start a playlist. I have a playlist from last year, and I think I have a playlist from the year before as well, of me going through this process each time. So if you need to see the whole process right now, I'll link those down below so that you can see, what I do. And it's obviously different grade levels. So I think that's it. I think I'm going to stop rambling and let you guys go this today. But I hope you'll come back and chat with me again real soon, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.